Welcome. It is my sincerest pleasure to bring all of you kings and American grills to the next chapter of my renowned audiobook. I know many of you are super apprehensive and scared for what will befall our hero, me, Nasty Jack in the Forest of Not Chill Vibes. It is honestly not a journey I would wish upon anyone. Hang in there and say a quick prayer for Nasty Jack because he's gonna need it to get through this chapter. Or does he? Chapter 5, Nasty Jack and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Vibes. After a few minutes of trampling through the gnarled branches of the underbrush, Del piped up, "Okay, I changed my mind, lol, I can't do this. Good luck getting to the other side though." I turned around to look at him, but he was already gone. Holy cow, what a coward. But I, Sir Nasty Jack, Knight of Castle Pee Pee Poo Poo, am righteous and brave, I thought to myself. Whatever terrors await me in this not chill forest, I am sure to overcome them through my sheer ingenuity and tenacity, and big, brawny muscles and thick, girthy brain. After what seemed like a super long walk of like 2 minutes, I came upon a little village, and I made my way along the main road. It seemed like I was in the epicenter of the Forest of Not Chill Vibes. Whatever manner of creature lives here must not be very chill at all. The eponymous bad vibes hung heavy in the air, so thick it was almost palpable. Like that scene in Scooby-Doo where he cuts a circle in the fog with a knife. But bad vibes instead of fog. I eventually came across a sign that read, "The Village of Not Chill Vibes in the Forest of Not Chill Vibes." Wow, whoever named all this stuff really is not very chill at all, I thought to myself. Just then, out of the ooey-gooey corner of my ooey-gooey eye, I saw something duck behind a house, just outside my vision. On edge, I crouched, since obviously you make less noise when you are crouched, and stealthily made my way over to the house. I sat for a moment, my back pressed against the house, preparing for my move. Then I rolled around the corner of the house, my index finger pointing straight forward, with my thumb pointing straight up, looking like I had a gun. I screamed, and the figure screamed right back at me like this, "I want to speak to your manager." I was like, huh? I straightened myself up and looked at the woman in front of me. It was a middle-aged woman with the bob haircut and yellow highlights, wearing bejeweled sunglasses. I said, "Hello, I am Sir Nasty Jack, Knight of Castle Pee Pee Poo Poo, and I have no manager, although I do have a liege." The woman laughed and said, "Haha, no silly, that's just how we greet each other here." Just then I looked around, and there were a dozen more women all coming towards me, all saying variants of the phrase. I laughed like this and was like, "Haha, I want to speak to your manager." The woman smiled and said, "I'm Susan. Our leader in this village is Karen, I will bring you to her." I felt kind of uneasy, as all the other women were swarming around me, telling me to look at something called a minion meme. I brushed them aside in an attempt to catch up to Susan, as she led me to the building in the center of the village. It said in bold letters above the entrance, "Hair Salon." We entered, and there were two women, one giving the other a haircut. 69 nice minutes after we entered, the woman in the chair swiveled, smiled at me, and said, "I am Karen, I am the leader of this village." Ad break. Alright nasties. This week we have something really nice for all of you. Wow, I can't believe it. Wow, this is the best thing ever. It is such a fun video game to play with your friends. Tired of Mr. Mole and the Mod Squad teabagging you over and over in Battlefront 2? Tired of doing puzzles and playing Jenga and Tabletop Simulator? Monster Hunter World is a cool game and super fun. Amazing graphics, cool soundtrack. All your friends will want it. Really, if you have not checked it out, it has the official Nasty Jack seal of authenticity, so you know it was reviewed positively in one of my books. Okay nerds, get ready for some more story. "Why are you here, Sir Knight?" asked Karen. I told them of my quest, and that I had to fail the vibe check and pass through the forest as part of my quest. She frowned like this. It seems you have had a hard time of things, Nasty Jack, but I can assure you that the village of Not Chill Vibes in the forest of Not Chill Vibes is actually very nice. I wouldn't blame you if you wanted to settle down here. All of the women here are either Kathy, Susan, Becky, or Karen. I am not sure why people say we don't have chill vibes, but I can prove that we do. Our 4 main phrases are, I want to speak to your manager, that means hello. Look at this minion meme, that means that they have something they want to tell you. Vaccines cause autism, which means you just said something dumb. And lastly, banning video games is on fleek. That's how we say goodbye. She looked at me and said, all you have to do is say all of those things, and you will fit in perfectly. I gulped. My hair was sticking straight up, a nervous chill had swept through my bony stony bones. I had already said one of the key phrases on accident, and I could already tell that I was becoming way less chill. I looked at her like this and crossed 2 fingers behind my back and said, well, Miss Karen, I would love to stay and vibe with you, obviously very chill people, but I really must get going, as my squire is currently going through the forest of big time chill vibes, and I want to make sure I can help him out because it sounds like they mixed up the names of the forests. Karen laughed and was like, aha. You have a keen sense of how things are, Nasty Jack. Very well. Be on your way. I smiled and turned around. Karen screamed. Oh whoopsie. I had forgotten to uncross my fingers, and she knew that I hadn't meant any of what I just said. She yelled, someone get me his manager. I muttered to myself, I hate ye old medieval times. I bolted out the door, disoriented and pooping my pants, running as quickly as my hooves could carry me. I could hear the middle-aged women all running after me screaming variants of their phrases, and I ran off the road and tripped. I felt something fall out of my back pocket, but I didn't remember bringing anything with me, as normally my ding-a-ling-dong of a squire normally carried everything. All of the women were closing in on me, and I turned myself over and saw what had fallen out of my back pocket. It was the hand mirror from Chapter 2. I picked it up, and without thinking, I gazed into it and murmured the inscription to myself. Let's vibe. The woman started to grab me, but they all began to scream, and a brilliant light shone forth from the mirror, and my head began to spin. I came to on the grass. It was very chill. The whole area surrounding me was full of good vibes. Mr. Sir Nasty Jack. The voice was familiar. I opened my eyes and saw the cute little thick Jim XL right there in front of me. What happened? I said, as he helped me to my feet. That's a good question. He said, because we are right at the end of the forest of big time chill vibes. I've been in this cabin here doing nothing with a couple of other guys. I could hear dance music coming from the cabin and looked at him and saw that he had a glow stick necklace. I don't know what you mean by doing nothing, but okay. I looked on the ground and saw the mirror and picked it up. I told him what had transpired in the village. Wow, nice, I actually snuck the mirror in your back pocket when you weren't looking. I figured a nice reminder to vibe would help you get through. I never imagined that it would transport you all the way here. I chuckled and was like, yeah, I mean obviously I am way too cool to belong in the forest of not chill vibes. Jimmy Thickdrone laughed and was like, yeah, I mean at least we are one step closer to the Grail. We walked forward out of the forest and saw that we were at the base of a giant mountain. There was an entrance to a giant cave. I looked at the map and said, what's next again? Thick Jim XL shrugged his shoulders. It's the Caverns of Extinction. Ah, hot dang. This Anya is brought to you by Nasty Jack Cool Story Time Incorporated.